Hey everyone, today for another vlog. I have not been consistent over the past few weeks on making them, and the reason why is quite clear to me right now. So I've been trying, ever since I got my job and realized it's not for me. I wish to quit it over the long term, but I'm kind of planning on do my job for like 5 years and then quit with the money and try to pursue something else on my own. Ever since I started my new job, well, which is my first one really, I've been trying to do a lot of, trying to change a lot of things in my life, and I've repeatedly, basically, like sort of, you could say, hit my head against a wall. It's not really a wall; it's more like this resistance that just keeps showing up, right? This inner resistance, and I think it's time to not just admit to myself that, okay, I just can't be doing a whole lot of things externally right now. I just need to focus on the basic stuff or like the inner experience. Um, Basically, I feel pretty awful in my body a lot of the time. So like I feel quite tense. Um, it's not so bad that I can't do anything, but it makes it really like unenjoyable to do basically anything. And I want to like really spend uh time not forcing. I'm not really sure forcing is the right term, but like not expecting myself to do a whole lot. So like I think that's kind of like been my whole this this entire like pressure that has been building up in my life lately is the sense that I need to do things. School forces me to do things and such, and schoolwork is difficult, and But at this point in my life, I I'm kind of tired of all of this dynamic, and I want to really just focus back on not forcing myself to do things, really feeling my body and feeling good in it. Yeah, so that's why I chose the color green for this new period for the next 3 months. Uh, Green is a cold color. It's the first one, I think, the first cold color I've chosen. White is not really. I mean, white was the first. It's not really a color. It's not really warm or cold, but you know, like the red and the yellow that I chose, I was trying to be really active. It didn't work amazingly. I think some things were nice, but a lot of things didn't stick, unfortunately. But they were good attempts. Um, but yeah, I think right now I'm just more like, it's quite fitting that it's winter as well. Just more focused on like uh, doing less but doing it better. So yeah, I think just feeling better in my body is kind of going to be the focus of this these next things. Such as like it's kind of funny that it's been death for my entire life, but I never really put a whole lot of effort into, which is like clearing my nose. I have a stuffed nose, a very nasal voice. Uh, a big part, my voice is not. I could definitely speak clearer. It's not purely like my nose, but it's a big part of like what influences my voice. But the fact that I have a stuffed nose and I'm allergic to dust mites, which are basically everywhere because dust is basically everywhere. But I've never really tried to like address it properly. Um, I mean, I went to the doctor as a kid, and I was prescribed like the nasal spray and such. But I don't want to stay on that. I've stopped 2 years also to use it. But like I just realized today that I can literally just make something similar to it myself with like water and salt and like pour it on my nose and just to flush it. So I'm gonna try that and we'll see. But yeah, basically this entire period is just gonna be like finding ways to feel good in my body because it's a pretty neglected thing. And I think another huge aspect of it is gonna be about um, not taking emotional problems of other people, especially my family. That's a huge one. I'm not doing it for myself. Um, like I've noted in vlogs of the past that like I'm what I would consider myself a sensitive person. That I really take a lot of what my environment has, and one of the major like consequence of that is that I tend to take like the emotional vibes of a place and of people, especially people's problems. And it's particularly bad with my parents because they're really bad at dealing with their own problems, right? So they constantly leak their own problems when we are at dinner, and they constantly they don't take responsibility for it, or like they start blaming other people and such. It's really problematic to not be able to realize, emotionally speaking, well, not just intellectually speaking. It's easy to see intellectually speaking that those are not my problems, but emotionally speaking is very different. To realize that those problems are not mine and they're not mine to deal with. And so, yeah, I think this period is going to be a focus on very much on the inner experience. Uh, just feeling good in my body, but also a bit of also wanting new things right in my life. So I also said green with the color of new. So I just want to like add small things in my life slowly but surely, but just to try things out. Like for example, trying to add more visual components to my environment, like a whiteboard and some type of decoration. I'm gonna try to do. Yeah, those kinds of things. Just adding small things here and there, just for my environment to be a bit nicer to work with. Um, I think I don't know. The past few weeks have been a bit unclear for me. Like I haven't really been able to track what was going on because I think it's just been repeatedly the sense that I feel like I should do more, but I can't do it. And I think at this point maybe it's my personal answer is that I actually can't do more. Like the extent to which I've been working on my personal project, I've been drawing on my own. Uh, it basically feels like I've done as much as I can, which is really shitty, right? Because sometimes I literally just draw like 10 minutes a day. Sometimes I draw more, but there's the sense that I could do a lot more, but at the same time there's the sense that I in fact no, like like you can't just force yourself to do something forever. And I think I just yeah, kind of tired of the dynamic of fighting, pushing. Kind of just want to feel good right now. I don't know what else to say. Uh, mm, it's a weird period, I don't expect this to be like. I think life in general is messy. Right? Like, if things were simple, there wouldn't be so many fucking books and stories and such. Life is quite messy, or maybe I'm the one who's messy. I don't know. But yeah, this period, I just want to feel good in my body. I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, right? But it's kind of crazy how long I've not put that as like a priority, and I think it's very much starting to show. Like it's creating a lot of problems. Quite simply, I don't draw that much, and I wish I could draw more. And I could make it, and maybe the fact that I don't put having fun drawing as a priority is kind of concerning. It should be like the number one priority when it's something that you do for yourself and not for someone else. Um, because like life is not all about pleasure, but like there should at least be a sense of like fulfillment and enjoyment. And with drawing right now, it's not really there anymore. Um, it's kind of like this dread around it. So I think I'm just gonna uh, I think I'm just gonna I like doodling, for example. Like doodling. Just I tend to like draw very flowery type of doodles, like that they look like flowers. But like drawing, like proper, more realistic looking characters and such. It's kind of dread it right now. So I think I'm just gonna do the easy things. I think that's kind of the general thing this period is like to focus on what feels good and to add small things, just add very small things to my life. Not try to do anything too crazy or just doing the things that feel good, following what feels good. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really have any like deep things to say in it because uh, you know one thing I want to add is I had I have made like 8 vlogs of a series I wanted to make about the modern world. and how to navigate it and such. And it's also why I haven't made that many vlogs and anything. But I'm not going to release them because I just realized something very basic, which is that I'm so like out of touch with what I talk about. So like I really just I really feel very ashamed actually of a lot of vlogs I've made in this channel, even in the past, which I've made private, because I feel so out of touch with what I say. You know, like I talk about X, but I basically don't. It's like a lot of them are not things that I able to do a lot of the times. Sometimes I can, for example, not care what people think of me, but a lot of the times I do care. I wish I didn't, but I do. And so, that's one of the many examples. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of ashamed of making these vlogs and showing up these days. Kind of scared because, it's like, it just feels like I'm fraud. I'm just talking out of my ass. And I'm not really being honest about what the experience is. And my current experience being that I feel tense in my body and I don't like it. And I, want to have a kind of relationship with myself. So yeah, I think that's everything I had to say. It kind of feels nice to just put it out loud, what was going on. Yeah. So I've been pretty consistent actually. Just want to finish with this. It's not like my life has been the best lately. It's just that my emotional state has been a bit hard to deal with. But interestingly, I've been quite consistent with a routine I've been adding, which is to just start like end the day with like an intention, and then start the day with like you know more space in my life. So I don't, for example, I don't eat in front of the screen anymore, at least in the morning. So I can really like take the sunrise and just eat the food and not be too distracted. But yeah, interesting enough, I've been quite consistent with my morning and night routines and like daily reset, or like I do like a reset in the middle of the day, just to breathe and not lose track of my body. But yeah, it's about everything I have to say for today. Very messy, not 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 super directed, but I think this is kind of I think this is more the vibe I want to bring. Not really wanting to talk about anything like big or anything, just being honest. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.